Hello folks, I hope you're all doing well. It has been delivered. The new greenhouse is here, and here I am inside the new greenhouse. Well, kind of inside the new greenhouse. There's been a slight issue, but I'll come to that in a bit. So those of you who've been following along on the channel know quite a while ago, 4 weeks-ish ago, I ordered a brand new greenhouse. It has been delivered. For a bit of context, today is Monday, and it was last Wednesday when the greenhouse got delivered, and I had a bit of time on Thursday to get stuff started. So let me show you this. This is the one I've got. Let me show you here. It is a Halls Popular, and the one here is 6x6. A little bit of an unusual shape. It's not often you see a square greenhouse, but it fits perfectly in the space that I've got here that I've allocated to where the greenhouse is going to go. So it's just right. First things first, ordering couldn't have been any easier. On the Halls website, pick the greenhouse I wanted. You can configure all the different bits and pieces that you want. So I picked the green one, and we've got the toughened glass and things like that. So you can pick and choose sort of the bits in the sort of spec that you want. Dead easy to do. I said it would be about 4 weeks for delivery, which is okay. The delivery guys came on Wednesday, and that was about 3 or 4 days earlier than expected. And they were brilliant. They were absolutely spot on. Honestly, the delivery guys couldn't have been any nicer or any more helpful. It's a bit awkward out the front of the house. It's really awkward. The street is a cul-de-sac, and it's awkward for getting cars, never mind trucks, in and out. And the guys were brilliant. They took the stuff off. They delivered it round the back here, exactly where I needed it, including the big pallet full of glass. And the glass weighs a ton. It's about 120 kilograms for the glass alone on the pallet, and it was no bother for them. They loaded it up on the little wheelie truck thing and brought it all the way back round. So they were spot on. It was brilliant. So the first job to do was to get the base down. As you can see, I'm inside the base here. That was one of the optional extras that you can pick. You can build your own base, or you can order one. This was one that I ordered with it. Comes as part of the kit. Just makes life a bit easier. And it was pretty simple to put forward. It's only 4 bits of aluminium. You bolt on the legs onto the corner. So there's 4 nuts and bolts in each corner, and the legs go down about 9 inches into the ground. We've got it square. We've got it level. Just how you want it. It's one of the most important things you have to do is get your base square and level, because if it's not, I'm doing this as if the door's here. This is where the door's going to be. Because it's a sliding door, if it's not square, if it's not level, the door will judder and stick and sort of not open and close properly. And if you're coming in and out of the greenhouse all the time, that's gonna drive you around the twist. It's gonna send you nuts, honestly. So getting it square, going at level, absolutely important. It didn't take too long to do, thankfully. I think because we've used the base that's come as part of the kit, it was pretty straightforward to do. Next thing, got it all unpacked. It's quite good the way it comes packed is each part of the greenhouse. So let's just say this was the front gable. All the bits to build that are in pack number 1. All the bits to build the rear gable are in pack number 2, pack number 3 for the sides. So all the bits you need are all together in one pack, which is brilliant. Or so you think. Unfortunately, we've had a slight problem, and let me just flick to the right page in the instructions here to show you. There's a couple of missing bits, which is a bit annoying, and I'm gonna come all the way up to the camera here. So this is either the front or the rear gable there. They're almost identical in the way you build them, but the bits that are missing are these verticals here. So these corner posts, and there's bit number 1701 labelled on the instructions there, and they are missing from both the front gable and the rear gable. So we were all set. I had a little bit of time off work. My father-in-law Brian had come over to give us a hand, so we were all set up, ready to go. Open the packet, and there's missing bits. So it meant we couldn't get the front gable built, couldn't get the rear gable built, and then couldn't get the frame all bolted together. So on the Thursday, the plan was to get all the frame up, get all the frame done and dusted, ready to be glazed. In the time that we had, it should have been deeper, but the bits were missing. So I called up Halls Greenhouses, or the Juliana group as they're called, spoke to the lady there who was very apologetic, and they have arranged for new bits to be delivered this week sometime. So like I say, today's Monday. I got an email this morning saying it's been dispatched via DHL, should be with me in a few days, which is great, but it's just a bit frustrating because I had the time, we'd made a plan, I'd got a helping hand along, and it's more the fact that it's somebody else's time. You know, somebody's come to give me a hand, and it's their time, and I'm now going to have to arrange again for them to come along and help, because obviously when you're putting the frame together, 2 pairs of hands, absolutely 2 pairs of hands, so much easier than one for doing this. Anyway, more positive. We did get some bits built. Let me just pop this in my back pocket there and show you where I am with things. So I'll grab this first of all. So we managed to get the door built, and here it is. Let's imagine, and inside the door, you know, it slides side to side. Pretty straightforward to build. The top bit here is actually 2 bits of aluminium together, and it's got a bit of a sort of system in the top there to let it slide backwards and forwards. A few more bits of aluminium. The glass will go in here eventually. Verticals, and then there's some rubber down here, some draft excluders that go on the inside of the door, obviously when it's all built, to stop drafts getting in. That was relatively straightforward, and I'll come to the relatively straightforward bit in a moment there once I've done this. So we got the sides built as well. Let me just pop the side down here, and again, it's not too bad. You know, you've got the gutter at the front here, and then this bit's angled at the top that'll come up to form the roof. There's only 6 bits of aluminium here in total, 2 verticals, 2 diagonals, and then your bit at the top and your bit at the bottom. And it goes together, 10 nuts and bolts. Again, relatively straightforward-ish construction. And I say ish for a reason, because speaking of the instructions, they're pretty rubbish. I mean, I've done polytunnels before, and my father-in-law Brian, who came to give us a hand, he's done a greenhouse before. We are by no means greenhouse experts, but the instructions they're just a little bit naff. Let me bring them up. So here's the one for building the side. There you go. There's the instructions, all right? And this one here is for my model, right? And it was fine. So the one side we built it, no bother, went together, no bother, got it right first time. The other side, we had to take bits apart 3 times to get them in the right order, because certain bits have to be bolted on the back, certain bits have to be bolted on the front. And there's a bit of a knack, a bit of a technique to doing it and getting it right. And, you know, some words on the instructions wouldn't go amiss. The quality of the print on the instructions is pretty rubbish. It looks like some sort of 1980s dot matrix printer on terrible quality paper. And it's just a bit poor. There they are again. You see, there's no words anywhere telling you what to do. Some words will be helpful, and I'd said this is the 3rd time I've filmed this video. And I'd posted it on Sunday, and I took it down quite quickly because I'd said there was no YouTube videos on instructions on how to do it. And somebody left a comment saying, there is. So I went searching and hunting about to find it. And you do have to go searching for it, because it doesn't tell you this anywhere in the instructions. And I couldn't see them on the Hall's website. And I found it, and the video's okay. It's not really been filmed as an instructional video. It's a video of 2 very competent greenhouse builders with an awful lot of space and a massive workshop putting together a greenhouse, and a video that's been sped up and then has an American guy doing a voiceover telling you bits and pieces about it. So it's not really been filmed as an instructional video. It's almost been filmed and then the voiceover as an afterthought. It's not a step-by-step, here's how you do everything kind of thing. It's about 5 or 6 years old, and the same set of instructions appears in that video. It could be better. It's okay. It is a little bit helpful, but compared to the ones from the polytunnel manufacturers, it could be a lot better. But we are where we are. The product, it seems great. It seems absolutely brilliant. I'm really, really looking forward to having it finished. And good on Halls, the Juliana Group, whatever you want to call them, for getting those parts dispatched today. And they wouldn't dispatch them on Friday last week, because the lady on the phone said if they dispatch things on a Friday, they just end up in the courier's warehouse getting kicked about, and bits get broken when they get delivered and stuff like that. And that's even worse. So hopefully the bits will come sometime this week. I'm away with work. I know it's Monday when I'm filming this. I'll not put this video out till Thursday, and then I'm back on Friday. So hopefully when I'm back here on Friday from being away with work, I'll be able to crack on over the weekend, and we'll certainly get the frame up and hopefully get the glass in with a bit of luck and get this finished. So watch out for more videos coming on how the greenhouse is all going to get put together. By all means, please think about subscribing. It's absolutely free. Just click the button down below and that's you subscribed. Hopefully part 2 next weekend with a bit of luck. We'll see how I get on time-wise. And then maybe there's a 3rd part to it to show you. I'm going to finish it off inside, because this is all just mud here at the moment. We'll get it all finished off inside nicely, and I've ordered some sort of staging shelves and things that'll go inside, and we'll get it all set up with all the plants from the little plastic greenhouse that's done so well over the years at the back there, and the little sort of Aldi special buy cold frame there. All the plants in there will come in here. and it looks smashing. Anyway, that is me done for today. Thank you very much for watching, folks, and hopefully I'll see you on the next one. Bye for now.